Hi, Erin. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm okay. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here, accepting my interview request. It's really precious and it's going to add value to this project. And before we start, sure, let me shortly introduce myself. I am Serpil Soykan. I'm the executive assistant around with experience around 20 years, let's say. I love my job a lot. During COVID-19 term, I started working on this project to increase the consciousness of executive assistant job description. And so far, I interviewed with many executive assistants around the world and also CEO director to get their opinion, their ideas, to get their feedbacks, what they are thinking about executive assistant job profile. And also thank you also too for accepting this interview.
Of course, yeah.
And before we start, I wish you to introduce yourself to us, who you are, what you are doing.
Okay, so I have actually not been doing in my role technically for long, but I was definitely thrown in the deep end. So I started as a personal assistant in a entertainment management company with doing public relations, like working on that side of things. And then I moved to look after the person I am now, who has many companies. So it's mostly focused around technology and a bit of education and a little bit of e-gaming, so like video games and stuff. So I originally reported to his executive assistant. And then with everything with COVID, we had to drop everybody basically. And that left basically me and him. And so I ended up taking on about 3 different roles at that point. So it's been a very steep learning curve. And so that's where we are now.
Thank you so much. And let's start then. What are the key elements that take executive assistant to the success? What do you think about it? Would you please tell us the first 3 capabilities that executive assistant should have?
I think you need to be unshakable. So you have to be able to like just pivot and be okay with it and not be shaken up easily. So I guess you could say that's somebody who's flexible, but also is just easygoing. It's fine. And so that's kind of like the more of it might be an unteachable skill, I would say, but it's definitely required. You have to be able to just be pivot and okay with it and not get upset about last minute changes. The next thing I would say is somebody who just has it down. So you have to fake it till you make it if you don't know. So somebody who knows, like, they have everything under control. They are anticipating everything that can go wrong and then already has a plan for fixing all of these problems that might happen. And really anticipating the needs. So you kind of have to have a little bit of a sixth sense when getting to know your boss and already jump ahead of them. And then, but like for me, I kind of faked it till I made it. So if they asked, oh, what about this? Like, oh yeah, no, of course, it's fine. And then you're on the other side, like figuring it out. And then I think the last thing is somebody, I think this ties to the first thing, or no. Sorry, I'm like second guessing myself
No, it's
now.
okay.
I think it's just flexibility and fake it till you make it, really. I think those are the 2 major things, because anything can be really, like, you can teach yourself when it comes to the role. So you just have to be flexible and like willing to learn and figure it out on the fly, really.
Exactly. Thank you so much. And Also, I am learning lots of things from your experience, from your opinions. Sooner we are going to give seminar, web seminar to the students at universities, and I'm also working on a presentation about that, and I'm really learning on lots of things. As I told you that I have experience, but we are still open to learn new things from your experience, from what I have lived during the day.
Yeah.
And as the second question, what can be the suggestions of yours to the future assistants? What they should do? It can be a seminar, a training that you can suggest through them.
Oh, I think network. So the biggest thing ever will help you is to network. So whether that's starting on LinkedIn and linking in with everyone, taking any opportunity that's given to you. And there's also beforehand, before the world went down, there was actually lots of networking events that recruiters would put on, or different industries, where all of the PAs, EAs would come together. And I mean, you'd get a free breakfast out of it, but you'd usually get a teaching opportunity as well, which is free. And also meeting other PAs and EAs and learning from them and actually like becoming friends is
Mhm.
the most invaluable thing ever, because you can teach yourself anything, like I said, but on a fly, if you have somebody that you've linked in with that has 20 years experience, it's as easy as just messaging them and saying, what's your opinion on this? Or what would you suggest? Because I'm a little
Absolutely.
bit stuck here. So I think networking, although it can be uncomfortable sometimes, because everybody's a little bit nervous sometimes, especially when it's in person to meet people, but it's so invaluable. Like the most of the people I work with day to day are people that I've now messaged or met on LinkedIn or different networking events.
Mhm. Right. And recently, the students at universities or high school really wonder what personal assistant means. As you worked as personal assistant, would you please tell us what exactly personal assistant do? Because they only aware of the business assistant side, but the personal assistant is a much more different than what executive assistant does. What
It's
you do?
exactly, it's very different. So it's not a 9 to 5 job. It's not a Monday to Friday job. However, on a Tuesday, sometimes I don't have a lot to do. So then I'll use that as my weekend. But really, it's being able to be contactable at any moment for anything.
Exactly.
So, and you again have to just be okay with that. So, but it actually, for me, I love it because it's not monotonous. I'm not sitting at a desk doing the
Mhm.
same thing every day. I don't know what I'm doing. And a lot of the time, it's so much fun, the things I get to do. Like, please set up a spa day for this friend of mine, or I'd love to go on holiday. I mean, this was before. I'd love to go on holiday. Where would you suggest? And I just get to spend the day meandering around and looking at gorgeous hotels and finding cool experiences to do. So, I mean, there are some kind of lame things, like I do a bit of property management. So when the dishwasher breaks, that's on me to kind of figure out. But a lot of the times it's like quite fun, really exciting things that I would never have the experience or the opportunity to have experience if I wasn't in the position I am.
Uh-huh.
So, and so with that, although, because it's not just business, you have to learn your boss in and out. So you know them better than they do. And that might be something that helps in the business side, but obviously when it's personal, you know your boss's mother-in-law's birthday and you have already prepared the gift.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
That
right.
kind of thing.
As you said, network is very important, and I worked as personal assistant for 4 years with an important person in Turkey. It was quite fine, but also a little bit difficult because you need to be reachable every moment. You have no option. But
Yeah.
one of the most important advantage that I can get from personal assistant side, that my network expanded a lot, because she was an important person, and I had to contact to her friends, her father, mother, her father's friends, mother
Yeah.
friends, and right now I have many contacts in every
Yeah.
country, in every cities here.
Yeah, it's actually really great because even like for me, I'm a sole trader in my like, so basically I am a business in myself. When I was obviously I have all these contacts for my boss, and it's so helpful occasionally just be like, so on the side, what do you suggest? And it, like personally for me, and they'll be like, oh, you know, this is what I suggest. And then all of a sudden you've gotten 20 minutes of what would have been $1,000 worth of advice from a tax lawyer or something that they're just like, oh, go for it.
Yeah, right. Erin, thank you so much, really, for the answers, for accepting again my interview request. I'm done with my questions, but it's going to add value, as I indicated in the beginning of this interview, add value to this project. And the students get more valuable information from each of these interviews because they are, as I said, they are learning different things. They time to time asking questions. This is really nice. I love this point a lot. It's also the same for me. I am learning and really appreciate a lot.
Yeah, thank you. And I have to apologize. Classic. Last we were supposed to meet like last week, and nope, call came in. Gotta go. So thank
No,
you
no,
for
it's
being like
okay.
allowing me to
Anytime,
reschedule.
anytime you are traveling
Yeah.
to Turkey, you have a friend here, just
Yay.
please give me a text. I will be so happy to host you.
Yeah, I would. I can't wait to travel again. And actually, Turkey is on the top of my list right to go. So
Perfect. So I'm
I will
here.
let you. Great. Well, thank you so much. It's been really
My
nice chatting with
pleasure.
you.
Nice to
Okay.
meet you. Take care, please. Stay
Nice to meet
healthy.
you. You too. Take care. Bye.
Okay, bye bye.